decisions when planning your Walt Disney World vacation, like when are you going to go, what time of year, and how long are you going to stay, how many different resort days are you going to have, which resort you're going to stay in, and you're going to talk about how many park days you're going to have, if you're going to be park hopping, a little bit of your basic itinerary, and so you are ready to book your vacation. Congratulations, pal! You are going to Walt Disney World, which means you are going to one of the most popular destinations in the entire world, which means sometimes of year it will sell out. So let's get you booked and ready to go. Now, Disney is still requiring guests to not only book their resort, not only book their tickets, but also book a park reservation. So before you book any of those things, you're going to want to check all three. You want to check if your resort is available. You want to check if there is reservations for the park that you would like to go to on the day you would like to go. And you would like to check if there are tickets available. All three of those things. Right now, I feel pretty confident that most times of year you will not have too much trouble, at least with the reservations for the individual park and on your tickets. Now, some of the resorts are going to book up pretty quickly, so this is why we want to make sure that we book right away. Now, this all changes in 2024. A few days into 2024, we will no longer need the park reservation system for most ticket types. Now, if you are already one of my guests that I help plan for, or if you are subscribed to this channel and potentially to our newsletter, our Memory Maker newsletter, then I will keep you up to date on all of these changes. Don't you worry, pal. So be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, join our newsletter, or just hop on a call with me and I could personally plan your vacation at no cost to you. That's how we can talk about booking. There are a couple different ways to do this. Now, you can be one of my guests and I'll take care of all of this for you, where I will go through and make sure I'm optimizing your package to be a right fit for you. I also do things like planning your basic itineraries and some detailed ones personalized for you and your group. Getting up really early for those early dining reservations, those hard to get reservations, I'll do that for you as well. And I will make sure if any new discounts come on board, since the time of your booking up until your travel dates, and it applies to your vacation, I'll be sure to put those on so it can save you money and you don't have to worry about all the research that goes into planning a Disney vacation. I want you to stress less so you can focus on the memories. Now, you can also do all this booking yourself. So this video is for everyone, not just my guests. So I'm going to show you in my computer exactly how to book your Disney vacation, all the things that go into it. So let's hop into the computer now and see what we need to do.
Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the My Disney Experience app, or you can go to it on your desktop. So I am at disneyworld.disney.go.com, or just type My Disney Experience into Google. So I, of course, have an account, but I'm going to make a new one just so that you can see what that looks like. So example at gmail.com. Okay, so it's going to prompt you just like you create any account. You're going to create your account. So Jordan, Ashley, I'm going to create a password. Okay, and then you'll give your birth date, and then you're going to write an address. So I'm going to create a make-believe address because, well, safety. So I'm not going to receive special offers just because I already received those in my mailbox daily so that I can keep all of my clients up to date on what is going on at Disney. Benefits of booking with me as your travel agent is that even if you book a year in advance when there are no discounts available, if a discount becomes available, I get all of those notifications and I am one of the first ones to get them, so that I will ensure that if it applies to your vacation, I can apply it later on, so that way you get the best price. Now, we've already done all that hard work, remember, of where we're going to stay and when and everything like that. So I am going to look for a vacation this year. Now, that way I can give you an example of what it would look like to book reservations for the park that you would like to go to, just in case. If you're going next year, you won't have to do that. So we're going to do that first week of December, which is one of my favorite times to go during the holiday season because it's not quite as crowded. And we're going to go for a week. And we're going to go with 2 kiddos, my 2 and 5-year-old, and let's see, we're going to view what's available. So, we're going to book at the Caribbean Beach Resort. You can continue to look down at all of the different available options here. Most of the things. Oh, hello, Flora. So she's one of the good fairies that would like to help you out. Now, you of course can get help from the Disney cast members. They are amazing and they know their product very well. But I would just suggest using a travel agent. They can answer your questions, but they're not going to be with you along with the rest of the process. They're not going to help you book your dining reservations or give you a personalized itinerary or anything like that. And typically, when you're waiting with a Disney cast member, other than potentially when you're booking, you are going to be on hold for a long periods of time. So that's what I'm here for. So no, thank you. I will do it myself. Now, because we're booking pretty late in the year, and some of these places will fill up a year in advance, so we are not going to be able to see any of these locations, but we do still have one of these Skyliner resorts available. So we are going to do. Oh, Art of Animation is still available. That's great. I love art. It's one of the value resorts, but it is, well, that's more on that in another video or in our console call together. So we're actually going to book at the Caribbean Beach Resort, which is actually currently less than the Art of Animation, which leads me to believe that only the family rooms are available there. And the Caribbean Beach Resort is great because it is a moderate resort and it's beautiful and themed, but there is only but it's on the Skyliner track, which is awesome. So I am a Florida resident, but I'm just going to give you an example of what it would look like to book without the Florida resident discount that's going on right now. There are other discounts that are going on right now. There's lots of discounts. You would have to get on a call with me or send me an email. Now remember, it's much better to book with a package because you definitely want to ensure that you are able to just put the down payment, that you don't have to do everything all at once, and you have a better chance of canceling later on. So we're probably just going to do the standard room. There are a few other options available, and I want you to pay attention to this. So it goes ahead and gives you the package total, but most likely you will not utilize everything in the package when it does it for you. So first thing we want to do is check theme park availability. Right here, right? So we need to go, we are resort hotel guests. We're going to go to December 3rd through the 9th. All of those are available. All of the parks, make sure some of the parks, you might want to be cautious about that. No parks available. Obviously, that is a no-go. So all of the parks are still available, so I feel okay booking. Okay, now number of days. So this one is a big one. You want to ensure you have already done this step where you're planning your basic itinerary, deciding how many days you're going to be in the parks. Now I'm there for a week. The first and last day are going to be travel days, and I would like a resort day in the middle. So I'm going to do 4 days at the parks. That way you can go to one park per day, and depending on who you are and how many times you've been to Disney and what age your kids are, will depend on if I recommend the base ticket, the park hopper, or the water park and sports option, potentially all of them. This is what we used to get as kids, and it was wonderful. We would stay for 9 days, so we would have lots of time in the parks. But most of the time, if you were just coming for your first trip, I would recommend a base ticket. But because I've come a lot, I will get the park hopper option. And even though you can go to the water parks in the winter, I am not going to do that this time. I'm going to enjoy all the things in the parks. Now, Disney Plus, Disney Genie Plus. This is something that is one of the newer things that has become available in the past couple of years, and it is always changing. So that's something your travel agent needs to keep you up to date on. Explain to you how it's working when you are traveling, because it is different and it will change. They've already told us. So, another thing to note is exactly when your tickets will be valid. So December 3rd through December 9th is when these tickets will be valid, those 4 days. All right, so they are going to calculate exactly how much our tickets are going to be. And there's a few other things you can add on before you purchase the tickets. So you're going to go to Caribbean Beach Resort with a standard view. You have 2 adults, 2 children, and you are going for 4 days with a park hopper, and that's when it's valid. I do like to add the memory maker. It is cheaper when you add it now versus later. This is something that I will make a video about, and we could discuss it based on your personal needs if you want to on a call together. But I recommend it because memories are what it's all about for me. I love making memories in the parks with my kiddos. ground transportation, yes, you can bundle this as well, but I typically like to do that separately. And depending on how you're traveling down here, you might not need ground transportation, especially if you're staying in a Disney resort. It's probably unnecessary. I would recommend something else. Check out the travel video coming up, or the transportation video coming up soon on my channel. Okay, so adding travel protection. Now this is a individual decision. I am not a insurance expert. However, I would say when I book a vacation, I don't always book with travel insurance, at least on one of the land ones. So if I was going to, there are a lot of circumstances when potentially I would recommend it, but that is a very personal decision for you. And make sure we have our theme park reservations. You can compare other offers, but this is a good offer, and this is what we are going to choose right now. There, of course, will likely be more discounts available depending on when you book. We just decided on this one with no discounts, just to give you a, this is the most likely scenario. This is the worst it's going to be, price-wise at least. And it does take a while, which again, use a travel agent. Use their time. Save your time and stress. Okay, so make sure you double check everything. You have 14 minutes to complete. And however, if you do use a travel agent, they can actually reserve the room and tickets and everything 3 days for 3 days before you even put down the deposit. So that's another benefit of using a travel agent. We can reserve it for you, that way it won't be gone. Something I want to point out is that the deposit due today is going to be only $200. Now that is a benefit of using the package deal instead of ordering things separately. So $200 today would be due unless you are booking with a travel agent again, and you're going to want to go ahead and put in your guest information. Now, typically, I would suggest when you're setting up your My Disney Experience account to go ahead and set this up so that you have all of your connected guests together. That way, it's just a seamless process after this, and that's a really fun step compared to, forking out the $200 to deposit. So this is my kiddos that I would fill out all of their information. I would add in any amenity requests, and I would put that there. If I would like to call in something, I could do that as well, which again, that's my job as your travel agent. I would put in my shipping and shipping information as well as my payment information. Now, I could pay the full amount. I would not recommend that most of the time. I would recommend you go ahead and just put your deposit, and then as you get closer, or you can do periodic payments, but as you get closer, that way if you have to cancel, it's just my recommendation. Okay, card information, no need for me to do that right now. You can pay with a Disney gift card. Now that is something that I want to point out for all my travel hackers out there. If you want to get those points and miles using paying with Disney gift cards, you can get some discounts on that. We can discuss that more in our call together as well if you'd like, or down in the comments I can try to explain it there, and if there's enough interest I'll make a video. Okay, make sure you have read the terms and agreement with all of the terms and conditions, and then you will purchase. Now, I'm not going to purchase those today, but I will show you real quick. Okay, so before we pop out of the computer, I wanted to show you this really quick. I am not going to be able to do this for real because I did not actually purchase those tickets or that hotel stay, but I'm going to go into theme park reservations here, and this is where you're going to go immediately after you purchase your package. You're going to go down to theme park reservations, and you're going to make or modify a theme park reservation. And here is where you're going to pick which park you're going to go to on which day. Now, there is some reasons why you might want to pick one park one day over another, especially during the holiday season. You don't want to miss out on the fireworks in Magic Kingdom, for example. There's going to be more on that in our next video, all about the add-ons and parties and after hours events. So be sure to check out that video. If you've looking at this video later, you can look down in the playlist, or you can subscribe if it's coming out next week. Okay, so here you go. I can't actually do it because I don't actually have a park ticket or pass. Now, of course, in real life I do, but I wanted to show you the whole process start to finish, not as an annual pass holder, but as someone that is purchasing a package with the tickets included. So
I hope this video video has been helpful to you. If it has, be sure to give it a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on another video. We talk all about how to travel together so that you can build memories that last a lifetime, solidifying those bonds. We do talk about Disney World the most because this is our backyard. We live here, we worked here. Both my husband and I worked at Disney World, and we've taken our kids almost 200 times, so we definitely know Disney backwards and forwards. So we talk about that a lot, and planning your vacation, optimizing it, and keeping you up to date on what's going on in the parks. But we also do a lot of Universal staycations and SeaWorld and cruise line, and we travel the world as well because I really just want to spend more time with my family, and we love doing it through travel because it builds those bonds. So if that is you, be sure you subscribe, connect with us here, hop on a call with me if you would like me to plan your Disney World vacation at no cost to you. I would be honored to help you have the most magical vacation on earth. And of course I do plan other things as well, but we are talking Disney here, so keep it magical, pal. I will see you in the next video.